wanted to share another scripture that I found today that I felt tied in so beautifully with that one. It's found in Matthew chapter 18, verse 20, and it says, "For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them." And I thought, as we unify, sorry I cry all the time these days, as we unify, he's here. As we put aside our differences, any things we've been offended by, or anything that worries us, he's here, and she cannot be healed without him. So the stronger we unify, the more often he will be here, and the faster she'll be healed. So I just love that, Jessica. Thank you. Glad you had one thing that you kept. You, Jessica. So I don't want to be redundant, because I'm sure so many of you read the posts that I put up every day, so you don't need to hear every little detail. So I just thought I'd tell you about what's going to happen tomorrow. And I hope I get this right. If you're medical, please don't faint because I say these terms wrong. Sorry, Carolyn. I offended. So she's going to have 3 surgeries tomorrow. They're going to do a tracheotomy to bypass her breathing through tubes so that she can start breathing out of here. But the nurses assured Mike that it's fabulous, that's a great thing, because it's not a permanent fixture. She'll be able to take it out and put it in if she needs to. He was scared. He said, the first thing that came to his mind was these people that have lung cancer who, kind of have all the apparatuses. And they said, no, that's not that. We can take it out when she wants to try to talk and wants to try to breathe, but then it's there to help her relax too. And then right now her feeding tube goes up through her nose and down through her stomach, so they're going to take that out and put it actually right where it needs to be. And they said those 2 things will give her immense comfort. So she's not so irritated, and they said she will speak much faster, and she will be able to wake up much faster when those things are out of the way. And then the third thing they're going to do, and this is for Carolyn, I don't know the initials, but it was V, C's, and I's somewhere in some order. But it's basically to flush blood clots so that they don't stop in places that they don't want them to. So it's another great thing. So it was just, I don't know, Tuesday was sad. It was more of a sad day. We had things that weren't going so well. And then Wednesday was a glorious day. When she cupped her fingers around my hand, I just felt so much hope all of a sudden, and it was wonderful. And then it just keeps coming up from there. And so I'm just excited that they want to move forward faster than they had before. And I'm excited that the physical therapist came in today when I was there, and I told them a couple of things that she'd done yesterday, and they both were genuinely happy. And I get excited when the medical people are happy, because I think it's got to be a good sign. So, but keep your prayers coming. If you don't believe in the power of prayer, read through the posts, because I'll tell you what, I posted, I think, just Tuesday, that we needed people to pray for her breathing, that her vital organs would stay infection-free, and that she'd start moving her right arm. And all 3 of those things happened on Wednesday, less than 24 hours later. And they drew her blood twice today, and she was infection-free again today. So we're getting immediate answers. I mean, I know we still have long-term prayers and long-term recovery, but we are getting immediate answers to our prayers. So just keep praying and just keep it coming, because it is working. And please come and visit her. Tomorrow may be a little tricky because I don't know what time the surgery is yet, But I promise I'll post on Facebook as soon as I know, so that you don't make a trip up there, and then you can't see her, so you don't, I hate to say waste a trip, but you know what I mean. So, because you want to see her. But the nurse, our favorite nurse, Molly, she said, oh yeah, she said, voices are so wonderful. The more people she hears, the more stories she hears, you know, because we each have something individually differently that we want to tell her. And they said those things help them, you know. Positive energy is real, is basically what she was saying. So please make a plan to go see her and share that positive energy. And then I wanted to say, I don't know Gwen super well, but I wanted to share just something she doesn't even know about Cecilia yet, that I think is, to me there's been so many tender mercies, and I hold on to them really, really tight. But the first time I met Gwen was at the emergency preparedness day that we had, and Bob did this fabulous training on chainsaws and chainsaw maintenance, and I remember thinking I will never even own a chainsaw. What in the world would I do with one? But then Gwen did this great, or not demonstration, but talked to us about gardening and she talked about that she has 4x4s and then divides them into 4s, and she talked about all these great things, but Cecilia wasn't there. And I remember, it was on a Saturday, I remember that Monday when we were walking, saying, oh, I met this woman and she is your soulmate. You need to meet her. The two of you think so similarly. I just kept thinking, oh, Cecilia would love her. Cecilia would love her. But she hadn't met her yet. And so I know you've met in passing, because I think you guys saw each other at the Life of Pi or something. Mm-hmm. So you've physically met her. But when I found out that she was going to put together all the quilt, I just thought, that's a tender mercy from heaven. Because eventually, Cecilia will be awake, and Cecilia's going to want to know exactly who is in charge of all this stuff. And then they will finally meet, and their souls will just say, Yahoo! I've been looking for you. Because I just know they will be dear, dear friends. And so it really warms my heart so much that you are willing to do this and help us with all of this. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And that's all I have to say. Sorry.